small girl with some wooden tools and a vision. So, wish me luck. I really gotta start, like, you know, looking cute for these things, but no. Hello and welcome back. Today we're gonna do the part 2 of kind of the entrance video and focusing more on the stairwell, although I did change a couple of things from the previous video. So we're gonna be painting the stairs, we're gonna be adding some board and batten to a wall, we're adding some wallpaper to the stairs as well, and then repainting the corner area. So first we're gonna start off with starting to paint the stairs. Because this is how I get into the basement, I need them to be functional. So we're gonna start painting every other step. And then once those are completely dry and done, I'll paint every other step, which makes it a longer process, but I can't not have stairs to use, and jumping the whole way down doesn't seem like an option. So let's get started. So painting the stairs, I'm gonna paint every other step. That way the stairs can be useful. Now the paint I did get was for high traffic areas like stairs, so it does have a really fast dry time. I think in about 30 minutes I was able to walk on it fine. But as a suggestion, it was really helpful to have every other one painted so then I could still use it. Now that the stairs are done, we're gonna move on to the frames. Now I did paint those a bunch of times until I figured out the right color, but that's gonna be the gallery wall going down the stairs, so that'll be next. So before we start painting the frames, I'm just gonna get them prepped by removing stickers or the glass and the backgrounds and any like strings that I don't need. And that way we can start painting. So this is the second time I paint all my frames because I decided to go with a different color scheme. I felt this one was a lot more neutral and wasn't competing with the other components of the entranceway. So I went with a clay off-white color that leans more green. And then I had extra available and I felt like the entranceway had too much wood, so I had this bench that I also painted to bring in kind of the stairway down to the entrance corner. When hanging a gallery wall, kind of like the one we did back here, you kind of want to put up templates. So what I did this time around is I just traced all the frames I had on some extra wrapping paper, and that way I had the cutout. If you're buying new frames, you could just use the paper that comes inside the frames. But for my case, I'm going to go ahead and trace them out and then put up a pattern that I like on the wall. I'm taking my cute ass little hammer, my leveler, and I'm just gonna start putting them down. I said I was gonna label them, didn't do that. So welcome back. Let's keep hanging. Because we're gonna hang more things. So look at these. Tell me. These are not the cutest hooks. I know. Anyways, they're from IKEA. I love them. So we're gonna hang them up. I'm figuring out if I want them just like linear, or like this one a little lower and this one a little higher. Like, let's hang them up. I'm also planning to do like board and batten on this wall, on half of like the wall, so the lower half. Yeah, that's the whole statement. So let's get hang these. Now that all the hanging is done, we're gonna start on the board and batten. So if you don't know what that is, it's basically just a textural element that you can put on walls very easily using some pieces of wood the size that you would like, and kind of framing out the bottom of the wood. And then we get to start cutting some wood and putting it up, and I just put it up with my brad nailer. You could just use a hammer or nails, but is honestly one of the easiest thing to do and it's high impact. So this is exciting. Let's get to that. Okay, so I put up the horizontal pieces. Obviously they're a little wonky and the spacing is unusual, but it would kind of look like that, but it would be fuller and this whole half would be painted a different color. I'm leaning towards more of a neutral color. I don't know how much I want to add, especially because the wallpaper is going here. So my wallpaper just came in. Look how stunning it is. So this is the one we're going to use for the stairs. It is 6:30 p.m. right now. Rona closes at 8. I was waiting for this to go pick up some paint colors because Rona is closing down, so I was hoping there'd be some sales. So I'm actually gonna go now because what else would I do on a Sunday night? I'm gonna bring this with me so I can like color match the best possible. Come with me. Okay, so I just got the paint and I decided to come look at what boards I could use for my board and battens. So it looks like I like this width the most. Should I wait or should I get it? How patient do I feel, you know? Along the stairs, we have this little bead board, or like this little trim that's rounded, so it won't let the boards sit flush. So I did try, and I was able to take out this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove that one, and that way I can continue to cut each of them on an angle, but they'll sit flush. Almost done. Okay, we have cut most of our wood this side. I'm gonna wait till to do this side because I want to get the measurements. Cut as I go because I don't want to measure and then cut it and then run out of wood. So I have done these four. And then obviously you guys already saw like the long one. So we're gonna hope this goes well. This is by no means a tutorial. I'm just a small girl with some wood and tools and a vision. So wish me luck. So I have calculated the angle that I want it to go down the stairs. It's gonna be parallel to like what the stairs are already going. And then I have this one cut out, which is the length. I did have to cut out this little piece to attach it, but okay, so basically to get this looking as most professional as possible is you want to make everything flush. So I have wood putty on some of the holes and like lumps and bumps, and now I'm caulking the seams. So I'm going to show you right here because it can be annoying. Basically you want to cut it on an angle, and you're gonna put a light bead all the way up. And the trick is to wet your finger and then small bead all the way up. You're gonna dampen your finger, press down with the first inch, and then pull up. I'm trying to do that on one motion. Okay, so now I'm just setting up to start sanding the board and batten, and I want to cut off the rest of like my living area because the dust would really irritate me. So I'm just gonna kind of close in the area that I'm going to be sanding in. And time to sand. when I'm sanding, I'm looking to see if there's any other spots that I have to refill. So then I'll refill, let it dry, and then sand again. And I'll do this until I feel like all the holes or any spots have been filled. Guess who's back? Back again. Okay, so we're ready to paint. So what I did is basically just taped off this edge here, and then I painted it the same color as the wall. So anything that leaked through was gonna get the same color. So let's get started. The next one is super impactful. We're gonna do wallpaper going up the stairs, like on the front of the stairs, and that way you only see it when you're going up, you don't see it when you're going down. And I found one that was really funky, and it's not funky, it has flowers on it, but it's just like ba-bam, just kind of to add a little bit more extra elements and texture to it. But I honestly think it turned out so well. The camera does make it look a little blue, but it is black, but I love it. So let's get to that and start cutting it. Okay, welcome to my floor. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna put basically the last thing that I need to do, apart from like the actual images in the frames, is the wallpaper on the stairs. I'm super excited. So yeah, basically I'm just gonna be measuring and cutting. Now, using this wallpaper was actually super easy. It was very forgiving in terms of like I can peel it back up to reline it up again, and it was super easy to cut. So I would recommend this is a pretty easy DIY to do, and it changes the look of a room in a really drastic way. I kind of loved how it turned out. DIY done, it's time to decorate and put everything kind of back to where it is. Final touches. I still don't have pictures for the frames because I want to kind of curate that with like family and friend pictures, so that'll be a long time coming. But for now, let's just decorate and put everything back and show you the big reveal. Now you'll also notice that I ended up repainting that corner wall to match the board and batten. Before I did the board and batten, there wasn't going to be any other color competing there, so I figured a bold color would be nice. But with the switch, I decided it'd be more cohesive and more like calming to look at if the colors are the same. And I love this clay green color that I chose, so I'm very happy with the final results there. The color I chose, like the creamy clay olive green. The hooks that I put up from IKEA were super cute and a nice detail. The wallpaper is definitely one of my favorite things. On camera it does lean a little bit more blue, but I still absolutely love that detail that you see only when you're going up the stairs. The matching olive green color here I really think works with the space and kind of pulls everything together from when you're walking down the stairs. and it goes really well with the color of trim and door frames that I have going. I still want to restyle the shelves that I have there, but overall I love how this turned out, and I hope you enjoyed all the DIYs and little projects that I did along the way. Thanks for watching!